Hello and welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiesimama. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up after the video, of course. Consider subscribing as well by clicking the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Let's get cracking. It's the 10th of October and what happened on this day. We're going to move back 2 centuries ago. It's the year 1813, and his name is Giuseppe Verdi. Classical music aficionados would recognize this face, or at least recognize the name. So Giuseppe Verdi was an Italian composer born in Roncole, Italy. His full name is Giuseppe Fortunino Francesco Verdi. He was born near Busseto to a provincial family of moderate means and developed a musical education with the help of a local patron. Best known for Aida, so go check Aida out. It's quite interesting. I like the music. I like his musical style. So Aida is an opera in 4 acts set in the Old Kingdom of Egypt. It was commissioned by Cairo's Khedivial Opera House and had its premiere there on the 24th of December 1871 in a performance conducted by Giovanni Bottesini. So Aida, I'll show you some pictures of Aida. It's quite something. Very atmospheric. So that's Giuseppe Verdi's Aida. That's a poster, obviously, of the performance that took place on Christmas Eve in 1871. So Aida by Giuseppe Verdi. It's a cast of Aida. There we go. So go check it out, guys, if you haven't seen or heard about Aida. Fascinating music. I haven't seen it. I think I'll avail myself of the opportunity whenever that opportunity arises, because when lockdown ends. But in the meantime, check out YouTube. There are videos all over YouTube of this opera, Aida. Okay, we move on to the year 1845. And this is the United States Naval Academy. It was founded on this day. And the idea behind its founding was to improve the then unsatisfactory methods of instructing midshipmen. George Bancroft, historian, educator, and Secretary of the Navy, founded the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, on this day in 1845. So one more picture. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the order. Everyone dressed in white, marching, strutting their stuff. Okay, so that's the US Navy, founded on this day in 1845. We move on to the year 1906. R.K. Narayan. Picture right here. He's an Indian author. Full name, Rasipuram, Krishnaswami, Iyer, Narayanaswami. Born on this day in 1906, died on the 13th of May, 2001. He was commonly known, like I mentioned earlier, as R.K. Narayan. He was a writer from India, known for his work set in the fictional South Indian town of Malgudi. He was a leading author of early Indian literature in English, along with Mulk, Raj, Anand, and Raja Rao. So that is R.K. Narayan, who was born on this day in 1906. He died on the 13th of May, 2001. Move on to the year 1917. this man here, who is widely acclaimed as the founder of jazz music, Thelonious Monk, was born. He is an American pianist and composer, among the first creators of modern jazz. So Thelonious Monk, born on this day in 1917. We move on to the year 1930. Harold Pinter, pictured here, was a British dramatist, playwright, screenwriter, director, and actor. Beg your pardon. A Nobel Prize winner, Pinter was one of the most influential modern British dramatists, with a writing career that spanned more than 5 decades. So that's Harold Pinter, who was born on this day in 1930. We move on to the year 1963. On this day, we had a premiere of this movie, From Russia with Love. British spy film From Russia with Love premiered in London. It is the second film in the James Bond franchise. It is considered one of the best in the series. So, self-explanatory, 007, Sean Connery as James Bond, Agent 007, premiered on this day in 1963. Great movie, as all the James Bond movies. One of my favorite movies of all time. The James Bond movies. None of them, I find none of them boring. They're all fascinating, all interesting. So if you haven't heard of James Bond, well, go check him out. Right, next is 1970. So 7 years later, when Fiji, this country, pictured right here, gained its independence from Great Britain on this day. So I'm going to show you loads and loads of pictures of Fijians, because this is one of those quiet countries in the world. You hardly hear anything of, just apart from the fact that it's a holiday destination. So these are pictures of Fiji and Fijians. It looks like the president or prime minister. So Independence March. And then we go on to some more pictures of Fiji. Absolutely beautiful. Island of Fiji, or the islands. And by showing you a map, there we go. So we got the Northern Division and the Western Division of Fiji, surrounded by the Coral Sea, the Great Sea Reef, Blywater, Viti Levu, guess that's the name of the Western Division, Suva, the capital, and Labosa, capital of the Northern Division. Anyway, so that's Fiji for you, for those who do not know. Again, the independence from the United Kingdom on this day in 1970. So happy Independence Day, Fiji. 1985. On this day, this man, his name is Orson Welles. He was an American filmmaker who notably wrote, directed, produced, and acted in Citizen Kane. So he directed, produced, and acted in Citizen Kane. Fabulous. Which premiered in 1941. One of the most influential films of all time. He died on this day in 1985, at the age of 70, I beg your pardon. While in his 20s, now this is quite interesting, Welles directed a number of high-profile stage productions for the Federal Theatre Project, including an adaptation of Macbeth with an entirely African-American cast and the political musical The Cradle Will Rock. I wonder why he chose an entirely African-American cast. Yeah, I think Macbeth was black, so he decided to use a completely African-American cast. So that's something to look into. Was the entire cast of Macbeth supposed to be black? Was that Shakespeare's intention? I haven't got a clue. Anyway, so that is Orson Welles, the distinguished looking Orson Welles, who died on this day in 1985. Last but not least, we head to the Netherlands Antilles, which doesn't exist anymore because on this day in 2010, it was dissolved. The Netherlands Antilles, formerly an autonomous part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, consisting of a group of 5 islands in the Caribbean Sea, was officially dissolved, although the name is still widely used for its 5 once constituent Caribbean islands: Bonaire, Krakauer, St. Martin, Saba, and St. Eustatius, all pictured here, and often also for Aruba, which seceded from the group 24 years earlier. So, the Netherlands Antilles ceased to exist on this day in the year 2010. So, RIP Netherlands Antilles. On that note, guys, we're going to wrap it up for today's Today in History. My name again is Sotonye Afiesimama. Join me tomorrow, October 11th, for another educative edition of Today in History. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you watching my videos. Do not forget to subscribe by clicking the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share this with your family and friends. It helps with the algorithm. It helps push this video out to more people. Thanks again, guys. I shall see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye-bye.